Pats had a tough season last year. The NFL season kicks off on Thursday. Can't wait, Coach. But how will New England do with a rookie quarterback in Mac Jones?
I think they're going to do very, very well, Mark. First of all, they spent $310 million in free agency, signing two great tight ends, helping their defensive line, et cetera. But I think also some great players that sat out last year for the Pats because of COVID are returning. But I think that Mac Jones will do very well as quarterback, and here's the reasons why. He's a very mature individual, a very smart quarterback who reads coverages, studies the game, but is very, very accurate. He looks so much like Tom Brady standing in there, and if they can get open, he will do well. It reminds me that about 7 or 8 years ago, Pete Carroll, the coach of the Seattle Seahawks, had a quarterback who was drafted in the 4th round, but after exhibition season, he said, we can't keep him off the field. He's just too good. He makes too many good decisions. And lo and behold, he's done a tremendous job there with Seattle. I think Mac Jones is going to do the same thing. Playing against Miami in their opening ball game, you can't always tell because now we have 2 Alabama quarterbacks going against one another. But I think Mac Jones just has the maturity and the calmness. And Bill Belichick would not have selected him as the quarterback unless he was convinced that he could do an outstanding job.
Coach, with all the drama surrounding around Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers in the offseason, will Aaron Rodgers have another MVP-type season?
I don't think so, Mark. I think that Aaron Rodgers is an unbelievable quarterback, one of the greats of all time. Quick release, very, very accurate, et cetera. But what has happened with he and the general manager, Gutekunst, in the offseason is something that really shouldn't happen. I was told many years ago, and I believe that coaches coach, players play, administrators administrate, reporters report. There shouldn't be an overlap. Aaron Rodgers is a player. He's not the general manager. He didn't get to call everything. Yeah, he might be upset about this or that, but that's not it. And why I think he's not going to have a great year. Number one, I don't know what's going to happen to Devontae Adams, who's one of the great receivers in the entire country. But also, I'm looking to say, well, here I'm an offensive lineman. I'm struggling for my life and trying to make a living playing. Do you care about me? Are you putting everything in your own behalf on all the arguing you're doing in the media, et cetera? We're a team. You're a player. You're our quarterback. You're our leader. You should be worried about how can we win and not about what you're going to do next year. That's my personal belief. It doesn't diminish the fact he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, but I just don't believe he's going to have a great year.
Okay, Coach, who plays in the Super Bowl and why?
Well, I think you'd have to look and say, okay, I think Kansas City is going to play the Buccaneers, but I think the Buccaneers have a better chance because, number one, they're very talented, but there's only 2 real threats to them in the NFL, in the National Football League, and that is the Packers, and I think that the Rams. Other than that, I don't think there's anybody that really has a chance to challenge them. On the other hand, you look at Kansas City, but boy, there's some real good teams in the AFC. You look at them, you say, well, the Ravens are very, very good. The Buffalo Bills are outstanding. The Steelers are still very, very much of a threat. How about the Cleveland Browns? I mean, I can list 5 or 6 teams. That's why I think it's so hard to pick. But if I had to pick, I'd go with the favorites, Kansas City and Buccaneers. But I will make this prediction. One of the 2 will not reach the Super Bowl. I don't know which one, but only one of those 2 teams will reach it.